Yo, what's good, man?
Man, I
We
didn't
back
sit
at
down.
it again.
We gotta start that over.
I know you ain't talking. You started the video. Don't make me post the video.
What's poppin'? That was good. It's your boy Cook.
Oh, I can talk now. I ain't wanna.
I don't know where he's on. First of all, he late.
Hold on, let me do the Caesar. The Caesar Planet of the Apes. You ain't never seen that?
The last one?
Yeah, you remember they asked the permission when they.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember when all the apes every time Caesar booked they apologize and they do this shit.
Yeah. I do remember that.
Fuck the joke.
Okay.
What up though? Is you know what I'm saying? Les, aka Nino, we back Overstand TV with a little controversial topic we want to get into today.
Yeah, I think this one need to be discussed. Like it's very important. I know that everybody's mindset is not going to change based off this topic, but I believe it's very important that we get this out there, plant that seed, because it's a very, very dangerous situation that, you know, we as black people are suffering.
And let me start this off with a little preface. Really, depending on what type of life you live or how you feel, you know, philosophically about life, this topic may vary in importance to you. You know what I'm saying? You either feel like, you know, your life is what you make it, you know, you work hard, you achieve, blase, blase, right. Or you on the side where you know it's some extenuating circumstances that kind of shape our life. You know what I'm saying? We didn't just get into the positions we in on our own, and you know it's different forces at work, you know, as far as like how to shape our community in as a whole. You know what I'm saying? You digging a little deeper into those type of topics. So being said that, if you feel like our community make too many excuses as far as why we at, and we don't take accountability for it, you probably ain't gonna feel, you know, what I got to say on this topic. But on the other side of the fence, if you feel your life is what you make it, you can overcome whatever bad circumstance you was born in, you probably gonna feel some of what I got to say still, because I'm gonna speak on both sides of that and why each is true and each isn't. It's always good and bad to both.
Right. But yeah, basically what this video is about is who's the real enemy. That's the title of this, who's the real enemy. And what I mean by that is, first of all, anybody that live in Youngstown, you know, it's a black community. Of course, we got the Hispanics here as well. There's some white people here too. Yeah. So, but basically, we are together, but we all bump heads with each other. But also, we are fighting a situation where you're going against white supremacy. We all hate that when we see a cop gun down, a white cop gun down an unarmed, you know, black individual. Or if you go out to a restaurant, someone white treating a black customer like crap, or whatever the case may be, white supremacy. We all deal with this. But the problem is, who's the real enemy here? Whose side should we quote unquote be on? Because we say we want to fight against white supremacy and make this a better place for us to live, so we can have better opportunities and live a happy life for our kids and everything. But at the same time, we fighting against one another. And you see it all through the social media. You know, I take a little hiatus from it. I get on and look at something a little bit, and then I'll get right back off. I really ain't been posting or going deep into people posts or watching videos all like that anymore, because mentally it's bothering, and then on top of that, it's slowing me up from what I'm trying to do in my personal life. Because I'm a passionate guy. So when I want to be on that side to fight against white supremacy and everything, but it's just like, if I'm out here fighting against white supremacy, my own brother in the back, and I'm not blood brother, but you know, the people that look like us, is stabbing me in the back. Oh, look at the shoes he got on, or he ain't doing this in his life, or you working at McDonald's only making $7 an hour. That son gotta give. How you feel about that?
Now, like he said, and that's why I said that preface, depending on how you feel about life, is just gonna mold your answer on this. Now, me, I definitely feel like we live under the oppression of a white supremacist society. If you dig back into the history of the United States of America, the country we live in, it was not established with our people being recognized as human beings. We were recognized as property when the foundation for this country was laid.
Right.
So by that design, if I go to start a new house and I make rules for this house, but I say I don't consider, I don't know, a certain section of people as humans.
Right.
Them rules is going to cater to the people I consider as humans, but the people that's not considered as humans, y'all property.
Right.
It's literally not designed for you to prosper, to live. The same rules don't apply for you.
Right.
Now, the Constitution has been amended, you know, to grant certain privileges or certain rights, but the actual Constitution as it stands today still isn't made for us. You know what I'm saying? For people of color or minorities, whatever code word you want to say. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, our ancestors, people that came before us, they fought to be included into that. And, you know, they had some moderate success. You know, we got voting rights and, you know, they forced the races or the racism to be more covert and underground. It's not as out in the open as it is.
Right.
In some ways, in other ways, it's just as plain as day as it's been. You know what I'm saying? But
that's getting bold.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they feeling like how black people felt when Obama got in. You know what I'm saying? You could just do or say whatever you wanted.
Facts.
But the difference is they can afford to feel like that for one presidential term. I feel like we kind of dropped the ball when Obama got in and they keep moving with that. But that's another topic.
Right.
So basically, I do feel that in some instances, our own people can be our own worst enemy. But I remember an interview I was watching, it was with David Banner. He basically went into this subject and he said something that made a lot of sense to me. If you look at every individual as a computer or a program or something, and if that computer starts malfunctioning from, you know, doing its regular functions, are you going to blame the computer for starting to malfunction, or are you going to blame the person that set the computer up, or the programmer of the computer? Our people haven't been in charge of our own programming for a long while now.
Right.
We don't have a sense of unity. We don't have a sense of community. And I'm speaking in general. Of course, there's instances of this. Right. And we don't have a power or a political, socio-economical. We don't really have that much power to set precedents on how we raise. We more reaction than proactive. We don't generally plan ahead. And that just speaks to we don't think generationally, we don't establish generational wealth, we don't have savings, and you know, we more as a whole, we more check to check. You know what I'm saying? We work jobs, we don't, for the most part, own our own businesses that we pass down. You know, that's, for the majority, that's not the reality of us.
Right.
We more so, we accept what's given to us.
Right.
For the most part, I feel. You know what I'm saying? So,
and also, for the record, that we do see that there is a change being made, that there is a select of people that is thinking for the generations, is starting their own businesses. So a lot of people, if y'all not catching certain words that he's saying, for the most part, and as us as a whole, you know, everybody.
I'm with all my people. Yeah. I ain't just speaking of the good.
Exactly, but you know, you're gonna have viewers out there like, well, I ain't like that. I got this and all that.
Yeah.
We're not talking about you just in particular, but us as a whole.
Right, because if you do a little football analogy, if one person jump off sides, the whole team going backwards. You know, exactly. You can't just say, I didn't jump off side. It don't matter. Take your ass back 5 yards.
That's perfect. That's a perfect way to break it down.
It's most definitely. I ain't talking about the people that's doing it right, but even the people that's doing it right, I feel like if you figured it out or you found a little way to gain some success, it's your duty to pass that on to the next person, because somebody passed that to you. You didn't just come out the gate knowing that. It was taught to you in some way or some shape. You don't own that information, so you know you got no right to try to hoard it and not express it. That's how I at least I believe in my life.
And I'm glad you say that, because that's a perfect bridge to lead on to what I really wanted to say about one thing that we suffer with in the black community is when it comes to relationships, not necessarily relationships, but just gender.
Interactions.
You have the males always breaking down the females,
man,
and then you got the females always breaking down the males every single time, every single day, and it usually come from single people that's miserable, people that are lonely.
Even further, hurt people.
Yes,
that's mainly where it come from.
And look. Don't get me wrong. Look, I understand your hurt. I've been in a hurt situation. You know what I'm saying? So I understand you just want to take your pain out and tear down all mankind.
Fuck everybody.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, when you go to bed, you know that you lonely. You need something there. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't more of a physical thing. It's more of a just.
That could go anywhere.
Yeah. You know, you need somebody to conversate with. Someone that you know that you got someone in your life. So I understand the hurt and the pain and everything, but bringing down the next gender is not going to fix that hurt. It's not going to patch it up. It's not going to help. All it's going to do is make that guy, like, say if a girl tearing down a man, right? I'm single. And she tearing down all this man. Oh, y'all dogs, y'all trash and all that. I'm going to look at her and I'm like, oh, she ain't crap. She think I ain't crap, so yeah. I'm going to finesse my way in, get the draws, and I'm going with my life. Because she already look at me as I'm not crap. So why would I give her the time of day to respect her and treat her like a queen?
To really try to build a relationship that's going to last with it.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, men still got a physical way that shit. Even if we don't like the attitude, if they like the body enough, you know what I'm saying, you might put up with a little to get to go. I mean, just being completely real, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. And females the same way, you know.
Yeah.
They motivation may be different, you know what I'm saying? They may be, you know, it could be the same physical attraction. I mean, of course, because I done seen females put up with, you know, some rough treatment and all the money in the world they go how you putting up with. It's one thing that's gonna make that happen, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna get it. That heat of relationship.
Right.
Especially
when they invest a lot of time within one another. Especially like if y'all been dating since high school or middle school, whatever, y'all put 10 years into each other. You're not trying to throw that all away, but you're gonna put up with that crap to keep them years going, because you thinking that you might in your mind know that it's not gonna get better. But you're like, you know what, I invest all my time. I got a kid with this person. I don't want nobody else with this person.
I ain't trying to get us alienated, but you know kind of what that sound like? People hoping it's going to get better one day. Mm-hmm. That sound like that Jesus talk.
I knew you was about to go there. I was like, yeah.
It sound like that Jesus talk.
That's exactly what it is.
You know, and I think that's our mentality is shaped for us to go through that in relationships because we introduced to that thinking so early, though. Because you got to think, one of the main things that's preached from that is no matter how hard it get, keep going. It's going to get better.
Have faith.
Light at the end of the tunnel. Have faith. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which is, I'm good with that.
I was about to say it's 50-50.
Yeah.
I could salute that, because when you got faith, and especially in your relationship, it shows loyalty. Yeah. It shows that you ain't going to give up. Y'all, look, you know what I call them people? Browns fans.
Yeah.
Browns fans.
You got to be a real deal.
They loyal.
Real deal. I salute every Browns fan out here.
Y'all loyal.
Y'all my type of people.
They coming to all the Browns, but the blockers. But like, no,
they know. They'll tell you this.
Look, that's loyalty. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, no disrespect, that's stupidity. If you got somebody beating on you all the time, I ain't trying to take the conversation into this an abusive relationship, but I'm just trying to paint this picture. You got somebody beating on you, disrespecting you, don't even do anything for their kids, you shouldn't put up with that. You know what I'm saying? Both parties, I don't care if you're female or male, because there's guys out there that get abused, probably not always physically, but verbally, you know, or...
Some cats getting punched on. It's okay if it happened to you. We ain't gonna clown you like y'all was doing my man Tyrese. We ain't gonna do that.
Y'all hard out here on this internet. Y'all hard.
Super vicious. But I don't want to, cause you know how we go. We'll be on 30 different topics, but
we brought that up to talk about how just like people just two different genders just breaking each other down.
Right, and it's been like that really since they broke up successfully. This is my opinion. Mm-hmm. They being, you know, the white supremacy structures and foundations in our country. When they introduced like the welfare programs and the different things, the whole independent black woman.
Go back a little further than that though.
I mean, with slavery, but even still, even when they was breaking apart families in slavery, you had them still fighting to want to be family.
Yeah,
that was the difference. They still wanted that family unit. When they convinced the black woman that they didn't need a black man, they didn't want the family unit anymore. I don't need a man. The slaves back then wasn't saying they didn't need a man. They didn't want a man. That was the difference. They was still fighting to come together. Now you gotta fight to bring them together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a perfect symbol of they physically separated them, but their mind still wanted to be together. So families stayed together more when they could. But once they got the mind, once they convinced them mentally that they didn't need a man, families fell apart like that. Yeah. They didn't have to physically separate them. They got their mind convinced.
Right.
And you know that's a sign of a master schemer. You know, I salute the powers that be in regards to that war type shit. I ain't saying I condone it or I'm happy with it, but when you looking at it from a combat type situation, they know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? They figured that you can't physically contain or you can't physically oppress people with the same lasting power as you when you do it mentally. They kind of perfected it to the point we look crazy to some people just talking about white supremacy right now because they can't physically see it and it's more covert. They like, oh, and that's why I prefaced it by saying it's kind of two sides to it. You either believe we affected by white supremacy or you believe that's an excuse. That's really the two sides of it. So if you
and the people that believe that it's just an excuse is the people that never experienced it.
They experienced it. They not conscious of it. They not.
Well, yeah. They're not. They don't realize that they're experiencing it.
No.
Because I look on the real. I experience it almost every single day. Almost every single day. Like I'm the only black guy in my company. I don't experience it from my coworkers or my boss or anything, but I experience it from my clients.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you an example. When I go out on the job and say I'm training somebody, right, and remind you, I say I'm the only black guy. So it's me and a white guy. We go out and he don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm there to train him so he can be better and go out on his own. The first thing a customer does, because I go greet the customer and everything, introduce both of us. The first thing the customer does when he go to ask questions, he goes straight to the white guy. Make eye-to-eye contact with him and ask him all these different things. I used to break that up and answer it, but now I just sit back because I start to be conscious of it. Like, cause at first I didn't mind it. Like, oh, he just asking questions. But then I'm thinking like,
they all
doing this.
Yeah.
And I've been working for this company for 5 years. So just imagine if I say I'll do the experiences almost every single day. They go to him. I sit back. I'll just go do my measurements, do what I need to do, and then when the guy's stuck, he can't answer it. He always direct him to me. Then now I can go answer. And then I don't come off offensive or anything. I do my job. I answer it. I don't make it be known or anything. But I be laughing in my head like that's exactly what you get.
Yeah.
But thinking because I'm black.
That he the superior.
That I don't know anything.
Yeah.
You know, so I experience it all the time. So the people that might not be woke to that, just think about the next time you go to work, or not even at work, when you go out to Best Buy or something like that, and somebody asks you, hey, could you show me where the batteries are? Because you got the same color on as a worker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it be varying situations. So basically, I said all that to say that the state that we in with women tearing down our men, or men tearing down our women, we didn't just wake up feeling like this one day. Like it wasn't just one generation just came out and they came out feeling this way. This has been a snowball coming decades. You know what I'm saying? We've been getting to this point years upon years upon years. This was actual planning. The thing about what we dealing with, the enemy that we dealing with that's destroying our community, it plans in generations. It plans in years. It doesn't plan for next week, and that's it. It sets up chess moves. So it's not gonna be an easy fix. We not gonna make this video and everybody be like, "Oh, they're right. Let's stop doing it," and it's gonna fix it. So it's gonna take years of everybody pulling their own weight, working to make themselves better people, and gradually getting better. It's not no cure for this. But we do gotta start. We gotta start. We gotta recognize what the problem is. We gotta really take a self-assessment and say, what am I doing? How am I living? Is this right? Is this right? Take an inventory. You know what I'm saying? If you find yourself saying, money over bitches, bitches ain't shit, yada, 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 why do you feel like that? Why? Because you didn't come out feeling like that. I know when I first got my first little crushes, I'm like, shit, I love girls. You know what I'm saying?
And to go deeper than that, when you use something, when you say something like that, do you think that about your own mom?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and if don't nothing wake you up to that shit, thinking about your mom or having a daughter, that's gonna recalibrate all that. Cause then you gonna just put your loved ones into that position that you projecting that on. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it is some scandalous females out here. Every female ain't a queen and need to be. I mean, they have the potential to be, but every female's not.
And for you females, just because y'all getting routed up right now, every man ain't a king as well.
Definitely not that. Right. There's plenty suckers. Don't get me started on that.
But they relax now. They call that.
But nah, I ain't trying to make it men or women, man. The original Holy Trinity was man, child, man, woman, and child. You know what I'm saying? We all need each other to be whole. You know what I'm saying? We could be who we gonna be by ourselves. I ain't saying you gotta depend on a woman or you should depend on a man. But for me, my perfect scenario is, you know, you got a partner that's a good partner for you. You know, they love you, they help you achieve your dreams. You know, the whole nine, and that's the only way that you could. That's not the only way, but that's in my opinion, the best way. The best way, yeah. Is that family structure, mom, pops, and child. You know what I'm saying?
On the real though, even though like I only can experience what I experience. You know, I don't know what's going on in everybody's head. So it's like, you know, it's almost 8 billion people. Everybody different, right?
Right.
But I can easily say this, and I do believe this. Nobody wants to be single. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck who you is
or how you promote it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be single.
Nobody was born feeling like that.
Yeah, at all. And I don't think, even when they get hurt to that point, I don't think they believe truly that they want to be single.
That's they
shield. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, when you watch that goddamn on TV or on social media and you see these different couples, something spark you inside, or if you see somebody having a baby, something spark you inside. You don't want to be single.
Must be nice.
Yeah. but that's what they saying in their mind. But their fingers is saying totally don't
nobody want that shit.
Independence.
Ain't nobody got time.
Y'all make me sick. Why y'all always gotta post that? Why is you still following that person?
Right.
You know? Now that's the one thing that I think is gonna help cure our people. Like, all right, I disappeared from Facebook for just a week so far.
That's a long time for our generation. That's like a year.
I'm struggling every day. I be scratching like.
They hear like Pookie like, hey, you got. I'm gonna show you that skit. Go ahead.
I be taking dope pics. We want to take posts out. I gotta wait though. I'm on my hiatus. So
took a fast.
So it's just like a lot of times when you see something you don't like on Facebook, instead of complaining about it, why you don't just unfollow that person? You ain't gotta unfriend that person. Unfollow them, because I unfollow a lot of people on Facebook. And I'm sure people unfollow me and block me and all that. That's okay. I don't get in my feelings about that type of stuff. But I unfollow people that I feel like that's a poison to my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like no disrespect to the streets or anything, but when I see somebody just 100% just aggressive gangster, 100% no love in his body, I can't watch that all day. I can't take that because it's just like anything they say, it got to be street related. You know what I'm saying? But I understand why they're in the condition they are in. It's just not for me. It might be a cool person I might talk to on the streets before and we went on our way, but I unfollow that person. He's still my friend. Maybe a month later on down the line, I will see what this page is looking like. Did it change? It might change a little bit. I follow him again. And I can start seeing that stuff again. So I do that to a lot of people just to keep me sane. So I won't say and throw subliminals, because we all throw a subliminal in some type of way. I see people talk about a lot of stuff on Facebook. I don't want to get into details of what I want to really want to say, but I see people throw subliminals at all types of people, and this is where I think that we have a problem, because not to get away from white supremacy, we fighting against ourselves every single day. We breaking each other down.
And
go ahead.
No, I don't want to cut you off, but we can get home together and still be fighting white supremacy though, because before we fight any enemy outside, we gotta get the crib straight. So that's why I said it's really two sides. It ain't like taking time out and getting yourself together and not being at all these marches and rallies is doing our people no harm, because truth be told, you can do all the marches and rallies and white supremacists, boycotts, whatever, but if your crib not straight, you doing us as a whole people a worse service than anything. Because we need everybody to pull their own weight. We need strong individuals to come together to make a team. If we got weak links because home ain't being taken care of, when we actually go to move, it's gonna break down, because you only strong as your weakest link. You know what I mean?
And that's a perfect reason why we're doing this video, because we need to take care of home. We need to make sure we ourselves is right, because I mean, you can't go into a war. Just think about that. You're going into war.
Your two
not really
strongest, or two of your soldiers beefing. They secretly want this one to get killed, and they gonna let him die. But this was the one that was holding the back door. Now they let him run through the back door cause some petties. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can't. Perfect. You gotta get home together. And I'm speaking from experience, because you know, once I really became what they call woke. I don't even like to call myself woke, but once I start researching different topics and becoming aware of some of the realities that our people faced and whatnot, I was ready to go. I'm ready to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a Malcolm X by any means. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like our main focus needed to be on changing this system we live in under. If you're not doing that, you bullshitting to me. That was my mentality. But this is a young man coming, a teenager becoming a young man, coming into adulthood, feeling like I'm doing my duty to my, to my family or whatever.
And during that process, when you was in that, wasn't that exhausting?
Fuck yeah, because it's never ending. It's like you fighting what's that one shit, you hit it and it split into two, then you hit the little one and split. It just keep multiplying. You knock one thing out, three more pop up. So, and you said it get exhausting, but it'll, what'll help if I was more stable in myself and more mentally balanced with it. I wouldn't have got exhausted, because I know you gotta pace yourself. I wouldn't have burnt myself out. I would have, you know what I'm saying, fought battles wisely, made it count. You know what I'm saying?
Kept your composure, like the whole Mayweather and
exactly.
He kept his composure.
Now, if Mayweather was 21, he may not have had that same composure. He would have been, but he probably would have knocked him the fuck out.
He would have told him.
He'd have knocked him out. Not that example, but y'all get what I'm saying though. I'm sure y'all rocking what I'm saying. But honestly, that's why I said there's two sides to it. You cannot just say, oh, you can't ignore white supremacy like it don't exist. You gotta acknowledge that enemy, or we're not gonna make any progress.
And the people that don't really acknowledge it too is people that quote unquote went to better schools.
Yeah.
Family got a little bit of money, so they got some money.
So they talking that shit like, it's excuses and whatnot.
And these are the people that you probably see on the internet be called coons frequently, because
they are. Nah, it's coons up there though.
And
I ain't gonna, my bad, I ain't trying to tear down our people, but that mentality, it's a coon
It don't
mentality.
help at
You ain't
all.
a coon, but you acting like it.
Because at the end of the day, I don't care how much money you get. I don't care what your profession is. I don't care what type of degree you have or what background you come from. If you look like us, once you're done doing the job for that man,
You useless, bro.
that's it. They throwing you to the wolves.
Everybody loved OJ when he was running that ball, but you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Once he couldn't run that ball no more, it was over with. You know what I'm saying? That's anything though. That's not just
But,
sports.
and that's why I love that song by Jay-Z.
Yeah, still nigga.
That's why I love that song so because that song is so deep. It's just like no matter what you do, if you look like us, no matter what level you are at in life,
You gonna
still look
experience
like.
it, man.
And don't get me wrong, a lot of people are like, if you white, because I got some white friends, I got some white people that I'm associated with.
No, I'm flat.
But don't get me wrong, not all of them are bad. No, we're not. That's not what this video is about.
Not at all.
We're talking about.
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm glad you said that.
I ain't really had no too much to say. On
Yeah, and when we talk about white supremacy, do not think I'm saying I hate all white people.
Mhm.
That is not what white supremacy is. White supremacy is a structure, it's an institution, it's the court system, the executive, the IRS, it's all the functions that make up this country
Mhm.
have been built upon white supremacist principles. Now, that does not mean every single white person consciously works to sabotage black people. A lot of white people don't realize they doing what they doing, actually. They think, so when they say, I'm not racist, I have black friends, they honestly believe in that shit, some of them. Some of them, a lot of them is a cover-up, but a lot of people don't realize by participating in the system we participate in, you are sabotaging these communities because this is shit that's been designed and it's way over your head. This is shit they're not gonna teach you in school because it don't work if everybody's thinking for themselves. You gotta follow what's laid out for you. It's like the breadcrumbs. They want you to go one way. If you look up and go your own way, it's fucking the system up. Because the system relies on us to make it run.
I was talking to, the other day, I was talking to a white CEO. He kind of like, don't get me wrong, just like how white people judge us, we judge white people too when we first see them.
That don't judge nobody, that's bullshit. Let me just put that out there. Everybody judges everybody, but you don't gotta negatively...
Yeah, just point a pin out there and be
yeah,
aggressive
but
with
you, I mean, shit, we human. We gonna get a vibe and be like, oh, I feel like this or what, until you meet that person, but proceed.
I automatically judged this white guy I was talking to. I was thinking like, he might be a low-key racist or whatever, based on just his background and everything. But then when he started speaking to me, I was like, oh, he changed my mind. He actually planted a seed in my head.
Yeah.
He a CO. He work at a prison, the feds. He work at the feds. So now look, this is what this is what he shared with me though. He hit me with this out of nowhere. He like this. He like, man, our system messed up. He said, I don't think it's fair that we got a whole bunch of inmates in there for drug cases doing 20-something years. And then you get a rapist that come in there for 5 years and they out.
Ain't that a bitch?
When he said that, and this coming from a white guy working for the feds, said that, I said, ooh.
It's amazing that you got to experience that, no doubt. And that brings up another topic. Like I was trolling on it, you know what I'm saying? I was going overboard with it probably a little bit.
When a black person says it?
No, when Eminem said that he did the cipher with Trump, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
everybody was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, it's been people that's been saying deeper, if not the same thing that he's saying, that look like you.
But I'm going to tell you the difference in this, though. The difference in that is, I'm not saying that when
it
he
mattered
said
more.
that, yeah, I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, oh, he's telling the truth. What I was surprised and amazed about is that he recognized it and wasn't scared to even share with me.
Because it is a difference if a white person said it versus a black person said it, because the white people is the ones that's mainly controlling the situation. So if they acknowledging like, yeah, my people is fucking up, that's a big deal. I get that. But I'm saying, as a black person, that shouldn't move you more than when a white or black person said that.
I agree.
That was my thing.
Yeah, I agree with
if
that.
you a white person and they said and be like, yo, if Eminem saying this, then shit,
we need to do something.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why that would matter more to you, but I'm saying it was our people. Like, It just had me like, man, that's that savior mentality shit.
You know what I want to say? This was where that comes from.
Jesus.
I was gonna say it earlier when you was talking about this, is that a lot of people are just sheep. A lot of people just follow and just say stuff and participate in it. It's no help. It hurts us because when you don't have, it's okay that you don't have that knowledge on what's going on. It's okay that you don't have that pride or that courage to move forward to fight against your people or anything. I mean, not against your people, but against white supremacy.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what's going on or you don't want to get involved in anything, just sit back, just relax.
Even you don't even gotta know what's going on. If you don't keep an open mind and willing to learn, the people that hurt the entire situation the most is to think they know. They think that what they say is right, and not open to no type of dialogue to change their mind about it. In their mind, it don't matter what you say. You using the excuse that white people oppressing black people. That's the closed-mindedness that hurt. I have a conversation all day. If you don't agree with me, we can talk about it. I'ma stay how I feel. You can stay how you feel. But if you not open to nothing I'm saying, if you it don't matter how much sense I'm making. You don't care about logic.
That's dangerous.
You moving off emotion because you say, "Oh, my parents were immigrants that came from nothing," and then you think we not in a battle of who struggle more. That's not the point of this conversation. What we saying is the situation that we're in. This is the layout of it. You know what I'm saying? This is your parents didn't have a system dedicated to tearing your family apart. You didn't have to go through that, and I'm not saying my struggle was worse than your struggle, but it's different. They can be different and be the same, but it's a difference. If you need to go on the second floor, or if you need to go underground, you need two different tools to handle that problem. One, you need a ladder. One, you need a shovel. That doesn't make one more equal than the other, but it's different. We dealing with two different situations. That doesn't mean, oh, well, I got my ladder and climbed up my window and fixed mine. You should use my ladder and go underground. That's not how it works.
And this is why I like to have conversations with white people, because just like you said, our struggle, we might come from similar struggles, but they're different though.
It's different.
This is why I love having conversations with them. When I give them an insight of what we go through in the urban community,
they shock.
For real, like the dealing with the whole, you gotta kind of watch your back every single day you go home. Cause if you caught slipping out here, you will get got. You will get got, because poverty is no game. People, they want to come up. People need money in their pocket.
People want to eat.
When they tell me about their background, of course, I'll be like, dang, for real? But then I always reflect on my background and be like, okay. It's really kind of hard to explain, because, like, have you ever talked to a white person about their background?
Yeah, most definitely. I talk to all kind of people.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of hard to really explain about how similar our paths are, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't even want to really strive away and get that deep into the conversation.
If I could add to that, the reason you probably feeling how you feel is because poor people is poor people no matter where you at. If you come from poverty, y'all gonna face some of the similar situations. Lights getting cut out, not enough to eat. It's gonna be things you be like, they gonna say, and you be like, yeah, I feel you 100% on that. It was bad, but like I said, it's different being black in poverty, being white in poverty.
Go to East Liverpool.
Hey, I've never been there, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, well, if you ain't never been there,
it's
bad.
It's real bad.
And I made this made me think of a post I made a while back, probably like 2 months ago, comparing poor black people to poor white people on drugs, though.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the drug people. So you got poor black people. We so much finessers, that we make our brokenness and whatever look good, our struggle look good. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing we kind of do care about image and everything, and you know, you got some people out here that's sleeping on the streets and everything, but you got some people that got a roof over their head that are living on the system, but they ain't got nothing to their name and they on drugs. But when you go down to a white community, you can smell it on them. No. And I ain't look. I'm for real.
Nah, it smell like a barn.
They don't care about image. They don't care about that. And if they on their struggle, they on their struggle.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just basically it's out there. It's like, it is what it is. Us, we at least try to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
most definitely.
So
buy little flowers and shit. Fucking lights out. Nah, I definitely get what you're saying.
it's bad.
You ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? But to
back to the sheep though.
Yeah, I'm about to say to bring it in. My final, not my final, but my point that I came to when I was speaking about when I first became knowledgeable, like the conditions we in and shit. You realize that you can't change the world. You can't go out and be superhero and get all this. It's gonna take all of us linking together
For real.
after we get home together. Home, it gotta start at home. So that's why, and it used to piss me off when we talk about police brutality and kids getting killed and this and that, and somebody be like, y'all protesting police brutality, but black people kill black people every day. That was an order I would go off every time I heard that. You know what I'm saying? That I would be, oh, that's cool, you Uncle Tommy, you making excuses. But when me getting into a little spirituality and leveling out and, you know, meditating, I realized that it's always some truth in what people saying. They not saying it for no reason, basically.
Right.
So if you dig into it, why they saying what they saying, you may discover that you agree partially with what they saying. You don't just agree with their whole entire premise. Like, I definitely agree that we can't be fighting each other and expect to go to war or win a war against white supremacy. It's
impossible.
It's retarded to even think you could do that. You know, but we come from the mentality, you know, I'll fight my brother, but bend up on nobody touch him in the street. You know, that's kind of how we wire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'll fight all day with your brother, but let somebody do something to your brother, y'all fuck all that. We riding about it. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Don't get me wrong. That's how it's supposed to be, because everybody's not gonna always get along. But given that the circumstance that we in, we gotta be a little more diligent and be a little more disciplined to our situation. We can't allow us to be under normal circumstances. We ain't got room for that. We gotta tighten all the way up. You know what I'm saying? At least until we get to a position where we could relax a little bit, then we get a little more leeway. Like, but right now we basically in boot camp. We gotta get all the way right. You know what I'm saying? All the fun gotta stop. Not all the fun, but we gotta focus on what we need to focus on. We can't use that like we won something. You know what I'm saying? We on a grind right now.
We far from winning anything.
We on a grind right now. You know what I'm saying? We in training camp. So with that said, we definitely gotta take care of home before we talk about white supremacy, but we always gotta keep in mind why we getting home right.
Exactly. We
gotta keep in mind why we moving the way we move and not lose that in the plan, in the ultimate plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's a lot easier to help somebody to hurt than hurt somebody. I don't think nobody's born a hater. Honestly, I don't think that's a DNA trait or anything.
It's not. The state that we in, I think it's easier for people to hurt people than help. Like, what our mentality, how fucked up our mentality is. We're not born like that.
I think it might look like it's easier, but I think it's just think about this. Just think about this, right? You drive and you get a flat on the side of the street, right?
Yeah. We conditioned to drive right by that motherfucker. It ain't my business.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easy for you to do that, right?
Yeah, but for that person that's in that situation, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he drove past people too.
Right.
Since it came knocking on his door, now you got to experience this.
Yeah.
This is the wake up call. This is what I call the wake up call. Now, if somebody pull over and help you change your tire in your car, didn't it make your life so much easier?
Hell yeah. And then
And that's what I mean when I say it's easier to help somebody than hurt somebody, because now you just learned if you did just being selfish and mind your own business because you thought it was cool and it affecting you, now just kind of caught up with you and affected your life.
Right.
So if you put that in everything that we do, we'd be
Most
a way
definitely.
better place. Like
yeah, most definitely.
neighborhoods that we live in. I always say this. You got the hood, which is a mentality, ain't really a place, it's just a mentality. You got the urban community, then you got the suburban community. There's no difference. You swap them people, I guarantee the urban community start to look like what the suburban community look like, and the suburban community will now start to decline because of the people that you moved in.
Right.
All we got to do is help each other. Like, if you live next door, like my next door neighbor, still a lot older. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was, when I cleaned out the garage, because we shared the garage together, I cleaned out the whole garage.
Right.
Her side and my side. Because I had just moved in. I'm younger. I could do more. Even though they shovel our driveways and sidewalks, the night the snow fell, I was out there shoveling. I did hers too.
Right.
We need to start doing stuff for our neighbor. Like, really. Especially if they
feel.
older. Cut their grass if do. Don't think about, oh, the gas is high. It is what it is. Because when you help out somebody, the universe is going to repay you.
And not telling nobody how to live, but if what he's saying sound like, oh, that's too much, that's doing too much, fuck that, you might need to look in the mirror, because it's my opinion, take it for what you want, but a healthy minded individual or a person that's in a good place in their life, they wouldn't have no problem doing shit like that. So
Exactly.
if you finding a problem with helping somebody, you might got some shit you need to work on with yourself. You may not be in as good of a place as you think you are if helping somebody don't sound like a good thing for you to do.
Right.
I mean, but that may be that you could be like, fuck helping somebody, I'm struggling. You know what I'm saying?
But we still got to get away from that mindset, because
Yeah, no doubt.
you're going to always find, you know, everybody says this. I see it all the time. I take one step forward, 10 steps back. It's because of what the choices that you made.
Most
Not even
definitely.
necessarily for your own self, but for somebody else.
Yeah.
Because I don't post everything I do out there for people. I don't do it at all, because I'm not looking for recognition. I'm not looking for bragging rights. I'm not looking for people to say, "Oh man, you're a good person." I don't need nobody to tell me I'm a good person. I know I'm a good person. So when you out there in life, living your life, it's okay to give a helping hand. That's the first step to unity. That's the first step. We can all... Now, this is where I agree with my boy. Yesterday, we was talking. You feel the same way, too. You say Facebook is not real life. I feel like Facebook is.
Yeah.
Because whatever you put on Facebook can affect your real life.
Right.
So I believe they do come together.
Right.
But this is why I do believe I'm on y'all side when y'all say Facebook is not really real life. That fake stuff, when y'all be like they come in unity on Facebook, that's fake, because it's only on Facebook. Then when you get off of Facebook,
You and me both know. Just look at how many people was coming to the community meetings.
and just like on your post, I think this past week, you made I don't know if you was being sarcastic, but I knew there was truth there. What happened to all the people? You know, you got them, just like how it's voting for Trump, don't vote for Trump.
Yeah.
You know that. What's going on with the mayor? You don't see nobody talking about it in the TL.
Not
Only a
like it
select
was
people.
with Trump.
At all. You had the whole city. People that didn't even know how to vote was talking
Right.
about it.
Right.
Nobody's talking about it right now.
Yeah.